All right, I went to pause the video and I accidentally clicked the little square on my phone and it just ended the video. And honestly, I don't know how to um, I don't know how to continue the video when I've already ended it. So I'll just make it a part one and part two. So I did all the graded, so now I'll do the raw. So put it off to the side. So these are above 20. So I have some stuff that I took out of the vintage binder that might be over $20 now. But I haven't got to that yet because we haven't graded the stuff that was inside the vintage binder, like the under 20 vintage binder. So like priced it yet. So all right, I'll just go through these and show you guys each one. So this one I didn't put a price in because I'm going to put it, it's a near mint set. So all three of them. I think they added up to like $45 or something on their own near mint. But since it's a set, I just put 50. Yeah, some of these prices, if you guys haven't looked at mid-era like prices in a while, it'll kind of surprise you. I go based off TCG recent sales. There is a couple modern cards in here because I've tried to sell my modern, but there's some stuff I still have. Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. This is not a first edition, non-hollow, just regular Umbreon. And it's $68 light play now. Doesn't really make any sense. This Ditto got skyrocketed up because of that Ditto game. And again, this is just all my my over $20 raw cards that we're going to put inside the case for when we go to a show. And I know I said I'm mid-era. I know I have some stuff that's under 2003, but if it just falls in my hands, then I have it. Like, that's modern. God, why all the modern stuff in the front? And if it doesn't look hollow, almost everything's hollow. It's like, that's a hollow. Like, it's crazy to me that this is $75 near mint now. The first edition, Here Comes Team Rocket. I feel like this one has potential to be more for sure. This one definitely has potential to be more for sure. Also, if you see scratches and stuff, like you see those, that's just a top loader. But like the swirl, oh man, this card's just so nice. It's Venusaur. This one, if you go to look up this one, it's a deck exclusive. So they only have the stamp and the non-hollow version in the set. This one you'd have to get it out of the deck. This card's so cool, pounding left and right. He also has I think that's the one that can have the Deoxys stamp as well. Grimer's sweet. Also, if something has like a plus on it, it's like this one's light play, but this one's light play plus. It's just like I couldn't like think, should I make this in your mint or should I make it a light play? And I'm just like, it's one of those things where you kind of go a little bit in the middle. And then if a customer really wants it and stuff, I'll obviously get it for just the exact light play price. But it's a debatable one. So that's why I kind of put it in between. And again, so what's lucky about us is we bought like 25 of the reverse stamp cards and 10s for like $200 back in like October, and then we sold them all for about like $400 in like December, which that's how fast stuff was moving. And then now they're all worth like $2,000. But the thing is you can't sell through your raw as quick as you're graded, especially since I wasn't really doing any shows and stuff like that. So and I was doing eBay, and I don't post my raw stuff on eBay. So what was I going to say? I still have a bunch of the stamps raw, and that's actually good for us because since we couldn't sell them that quick, now we're here for when they go up a bunch. Because a lot of those stamps, like, I definitely paid under 20 for most of them. Like, it's just how it is. And a couple, there might not be sales on TCG or anything, so we go off eBay. Since everything's booming so much right now, it would just be stupid at at a vendor's. Like if so, before when you go to TCG, people value stuff on market value. You just go to that market value and you go to it. But the thing is when everything's pumping and it's going crazy in the past 2 months, it takes the average of the past 3 months. So if a card is blown up in just the past week, you want to go based on recent sales because like that's what it's selling for, and it would just be bad for us to. So if somebody comes up to me and they're like, hey, it's worth this. That's just why I go based on recent TCG. And also, I like to follow what everybody else around me is doing. I don't want to, because then it stands. Like, if everybody else was, like, completely agreed on, I'm just going to do the market on TCG. I know in Modern you could do it any day because they sell hundreds of times a day. But with the mid-era stuff, everybody kind of agreed to do the last sales on TCG, so that's what I'm going to do. But another thing, so there's another thing. So we've never been ones to not put prices on cards. I always want to put prices on cards because, like you said, what people say is like, if you go to, for me personally, like if you go up to somebody's thing and they have nothing priced, you're not going to find a deal anywhere because they're going to look up the price right in front of you. That's so lame. The whole point is to try to find deals and to like have fun, like I don't know, just putting stuff together, find stuff you like, and then and then like. And also, when you're far away, if it's a card you want or not. Because if somebody has $200 on something, but it's damaged, and you don't know that, you don't want to pick it up. But if it says, like, near mint $200, you're like, oh, maybe that's actually something I might want to pick up. So I started putting prices on everything. But the thing is I would actually, I think if you look at my password, I just put, like, the price here. I didn't put the condition on it. I just put price. So, yes, since I had the price on it, it's better than having no price at all. But it's still lame because people don't know the condition. And I'm like, what am I doing? So now everything has a price and the condition. I will always do that from now on because it gets more people to want to pick up a card and look at it. And honestly, when I think about shows, when people kind of glance at your thing and they just keep walking, I think that's the reason why. And I didn't really even think about that. But no, I'll never be somebody. The only time I've never had prices on cards was like I did something like it was like something that was so soon that I had to just go to that I just couldn't. I literally just didn't have time to price this stuff. But if since for example, if I know I have a show in a month from now, I'm gonna have everything priced with the tags. But these are very cool. So like this one, if one of my videos I have it for 90, I was like, wait, you know what? This is more like Light Play Plus, so I put it for 75. It's like, this is crazy, $60. Like, that's crazy to me, but I mean, people are paying money for it, so. Modern. This is really cool. This also makes no sense. This is not even a holo. This is a non-holo Pop Series Blastoise. Try to find sales on it. You literally can't. Nothing on TCG Player. There's literally like nothing on eBay either. There was only one thing that I found, and it was a PSA 7 non-holo that sold for $175, but it was a while ago. So I put mine for $200. But if somebody like is like, hey, I wanted it for this or whatever, I might be able to work something out. Or I might just hold it. I just think because it's a cool artwork. Yeah, if somebody's watching this video and they've had all these cards for a long time and they just they got rid of it before they all went up, I'm sorry. But if you have them in your collection and you still have them in your collection, definitely look at TCG Player and look at recent sales. Because some of this stuff is crazy. Like, this is even the reverse stamps, and they're worth that much. Like, yeah, I use these things are where these things are what the one, or not one touches, the card savers are from, and I use those to hold top loaders, and then this is the stuff that the top loaders come out of, and I use this to hold the top loaded cards. So like, I just use the empty boxes to my advantage just to hold everything. It's Meowth. Like a lot of these cards, I remember what I used to. Okay, now these don't make any sense. I mean, I think there's more in the other box, but like, they've gone up so much. Like, I think the best one was only worth $40 at one point, and I had like all of them. And now, when you see the best one, I don't even know if it's the best one, but there's one that I'll show you with a red background and the backwards hat, and it's literally worth like so much now. This card's really nice. That's, I mean, HP, and this is still $45. It's kind of crazy. This is 27, seems like a lot too, but I think it was, and then I rarely have anything that says mint, but that's just the ones that like, this card is literally worth like $50 or $60 probably in a 9, so it's just not worth it to try to grade. But we put mint on cards that like genuinely, there's like nothing wrong with it. Maybe the tiniest little tiny like factory nick in the corner or something, or literally it looks perfect. It's just not, or you know, maybe there's like hollow. There's just something where it's not worth it. Oh, I guess there's actually a little stack we have. So like these would probably be, and maybe we put like an extra $2 or something on it. And then I'm sure you guys all know, but yeah, like near mint, NM, light play, LP, MP, moderately played, HP, heavy played. Oh, here it comes. We're almost there. Ready? $220. What the heck? I had this thing for like $50, then $70, and $80, then $100, and then we just checked and it's $220. Why? Why? Who knows? Very cool. Promo. Another light play ho. I'm on my back. If you guys see anything you want, I have another light play. Sableye. If you guys see anything you want, like, let me know. We work something out through like PayPal or whatever. If you want to do stuff on eBay, we can, but then I can't give you a deal. Oh, this one has like a cool like double swirl. Whoa. On some of them we tried marking double swirl, but I guess we forgot about this one. But that's really cool. This card is so clean. I mean, not clean, I just mean like it looks cool. This card I think has potential for sure. Because it's almost near mint, it's not, and like light plays like only $40. I think this card has a lot of potential, especially since the Feraligatr is so expensive. It's like him being $40 is just crazy now. That's why I'm like, if you guys go to small shows, find people that have Diamond and Pearl Hollows and Heart Gold Hollows. Like, there are so many out there. Like, for the longest time, there was like barely any that were above $10. Like, if I had to guess, I probably got this for like $8, $10. And they're going up now because like the 10s are selling for like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and people want near mint copies for binders and stuff. It's just crazy. All right, I'm almost done. This one's really nice. But yeah, we don't have, and I'll show you. But yeah, I'm not like when I go to my next show, I'm not bringing a single XY and black and white card to the show. That is what I'm holding at the moment. So, which I think is the smart thing to do. Just like, I've been buying as much as I can, and I'm buying it for market price or a little bit under. I'm not asking for deals. I'm not trying to buy it from people. It's just like, and I'm buying a lot of stuff on eBay, things like that. It's like this card. Like all these have just gone up. It's crazy. Ooh, this is one of the ones that are really nice. This one. You see, double swirl. All right. Back there and there. This Jirachi just looks so cool. And again, like that's, I mean, this thing $70. This thing like used to be like probably like 15. Like it's just, same with this. Like I had this for 140 for the longest time. Crazy. This I had for like $40 for the longest time. Crazy. All right. I'm going to clean up the top loaders and throw them back into where I had it before. And then I'll bring out some of the... Oh my god, I still have more, sorry. Oh, near my cloister. I have, I remember, I still have more stuff that's over 20. It just couldn't fit in here. And also, we have, like, that's where, I mean, we have a good chunk of our money in this stuff. And I think we have too much at the moment. So we might have to, like, drop off a little bit of it for sure. Like, meaning, like... Maybe we try to find somebody that's willing to buy stuff at 85%, or maybe even 90% if it's stuff they want, and then like try to offload some of it just because I have a lot. And I don't do like, actually, honestly, I'll be going to shows where that's probably the best place to sell it because you don't really sell that much raw cards at the absolutely massive shows like Collecticon and stuff. That's more like graded cards. So, and I think the Ships Wanna card show I'm going to, and this Columbus, Ohio one that I'm going to go to after that, I think those are honestly like. Did I even show off this deck? Yeah, I did. Okay. These are really cool. Those are ones where I think I'll have a good... It'll be a good place to sell $20 to, like, $100 raw cards. So those should be big. And then the graded, like... I mean, you just saw the graded cards I have. If I'm keeping every X, Y, and black and white card I have... I really don't have much graded, so with the money I got from the Selby, I need to buy a card of almost equal value, also in mid-era, so I can keep to the mid-era like stuff, but not XY black and white. All right, here is another one of above 25, or 20, I mean. It's Lunatone, Solrock. Oh, that's actually sick. I didn't even realize I had a near mint of the Solrock and Lunatone. Probably could have put set on there. Dusclops. I had this thing in a PSA 10 and I sold it for $500. And I had a Vibrava, and in the last video I sold that for $850, and I sold this for $5. I think this could easily have gotten more than $500 if I got $850 for the Vibrava. I had a light play one for 60, and then that one's LP plus. What the? Oh, the sticker got caught. This one's so sick. It's kind of got two. No, it's very cool though. Sweet. These are some of like the pretty. Oh, those weren't, but those two that I just showed you were some new pickups. And again, like if you watch some of the other videos, like some of these raw cards, like I literally have not since December. Since December, I've only done one show. One, and it was a really small show. So I'm finally getting back into it at the end of this month and next month. Before, I mean, I was just selling all my graded stuff on eBay. So, I wasn't doing any shows. And now I'm going to get back into the shows, so that's why I still have stuff that I might have had 5 months ago. But if you go and I think the video I titled like Modern is Trash, 100 plus slab collection, please go watch that. Because back then, I mean, technically if I had all that stuff I had then now, my collection would be worth more now. But if you want to see some of the crazy shit I had before I sold it all on eBay, like, man. But again, I like doubled my money on it, or almost doubled my money on all those. So I can't be sad. It was great. It's just I could have made more. It's really cool. See, this one's weird. These the Japanese one. It's like more expensive than the English counterpart. It's really sick. Salamence. This is what I was talking about with the 3D stuff. Like, there's a 3D Gyarados, 3D Venusaur, 3D Charizard all around the same time, like around that Supreme Victors kind of time. It's this one's really sick. So that's why it's like the 3D era. Like, they made a lot of 3D cards. By 3D, I mean like it looks like it was made in like Blender or something. So that's just kind of weird. It doesn't have a near mint, so the near mint's 29, and the light play is only 24. And again, so I do all this with my twin brother. So so this one, so anything that's a big card, anything, I just send off if it's damaged to try to get into one, because it's just worth it. But that Typhlosion, it wasn't the stamp version, so I kind of just whatever. He said Cluster Swirl. What is that? Oh, that? What the heck? If I hit the right light, it looks like 3 just like stuck together. I don't know what he's saying. Honestly, I think it's kind of just 1. I don't know. Oh, yeah, like I said, so my brother actually priced most of these. So like we try to do everything together. It just depends who's off or whatever. So like I'm off today, and that's the reason why I made. Because we both work full time at Costco, so I don't know. We have like opposite schedules. Because if you work full time at Costco, you have to. I mean, they pay well, but they have to. You have to agree to kind of having like a random schedule, unless you're like you've been there a really long time. Which is perfectly fine with me. But like my normal schedule is like 3 p.m. to 11:30, so like I work late, and it's just kind of weird. So like this one's sweet. This is sick too. All these like, gosh, all the Fire Red Leaf Green stuff has really started going up recently, and I like that because Fire Red Leaf Green is really nice. Hidden Legends is just everything Fire Red Leaf Green is, but just a little bit worse because there's less energies in the background, and I have to sneeze. This one's got a nice swirl. I used to just be like, oh, I don't really care about swirls, but honestly, the more I see them, I'm starting to get it now. I mean, honestly, they look so nice. Oh my gosh, this is $65 now. Like, that's just absurd. Spinda. It's really sweet. Is that a double swirl? Where? Man, I don't know what my brother saw. Is he talking about behind his thing? I don't know. I think that one's kind of weird. I don't see what he's talking about. I'll probably take that sticker off of that one, to be honest. All right. Almost done. Well, honestly, one of the coolest things I still haven't shown yet, which is the XY black white binder. So we sent out 176 cards. Most of them are the best ones, but I still have so many that I decided not to. It's like there'll be ones that look really nice and they are really nice, but there might just be something that we just have feel in the back of our mind. PSA is going to give it 2 grades less than you want, you know. So it would be better to just keep raw. I'll show the ones that we didn't price or we're not going to take with. These are ones that have lower prices than we would want to sell them for. So now some people just, they just take everything with them. We kind of just decide like, hey, this stuff I think is undervalued. So like this is probably like $6, but it's in good condition. Like that kind of stuff. Things like these that are just we think are too cheap for the condition and what they look like. Like this is like $5. Like this is just too good. We're gonna hold. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with holding cards that you think are undervalued. It's like this is like $7 or $5 or something, but it's near mint and it's a stamp. And since all the other stamps are going up, why not that? You know, this one you can't tell. Like you literally can't tell. It's like one of the really hard to see hollows. But like that card's like worth like $3. Like that's just crazy. The Smeargle, like just insane artwork, probably worth nothing. And that's why we're just holding on to those. So these won't be at a show, so that's why they are not priced. Maybe by next show they will. We shall see, but this will be the box that we just check up on, and once they have a higher sale, then we bring it with us. And again, this is all stuff I've picked up over the past. There's a couple cards that I've had for like 4 years, but so I know on every video I'm just going to talk about everything because, I mean, nobody even watches this thing anyway, so everybody that watches this video are people that have never watched any videos prior, so I just talk about the same stuff. But, like in 2020, so we're both 23, so my first job was at Walgreens when I was 18, and like the first, every time I get off work, I'm living at home and I have like, I like barely have any bills. I don't have like anything to pay, and so every time I'd get out of work, not every time, but once in a while I'd get out of work, I'd go to Walmart, Target, whatever, and that was when Evolving Skies was coming out. I think I started like Battle Styles was when I first started. I would just go and find sealed product and buy it. Like you can buy a Evolving Skies ETB for $40 in person and all that stuff, and I probably in total over the span of like that year spent $1,000 on sealed product. Didn't open any of it up until 8 months ago. Took it all to Detroit Card Show, which is the first card show I've ever been to, and I sold it all for like probably 65%, which is not good. But I turned $1,000 into like $7,000, and because of that, that's when I was like, dude, I saw everybody at the vending thing. I saw people that had less stuff than me, and I was like, wait, a lot of people actually do this vending thing, and I was like, okay, and I started watching videos and I started doing all this stuff, and I was like, okay, I will try vending. And we went to that same show as vendors with probably, so all the money I had was that so I spent a month just spending the 7,000 on Pokemon stuff, and I ended up going to that show with about 5,000 worth of inventory, and yet we sold so much and it was so nice. But we had 50% modern, 50% vintage. And then when I started doing that, I did the next show, and I was like, dude, you know what? I want to be like, I'm going to be Mid-Era Pokemon. Like, that's our name, and that's our Instagram, that's our everything. And I just want to do just Mid-Era. So I went into, did I already show off these? I don't know. Okay. And we're like, I'll just do Mid-Era, and we went all in on it. And then I got my brother into it. My brother didn't do anything with Pokemon, but I've been liking it for the past, I've been into it and watching videos for the past 6 years, but he just hasn't been doing anything with that, and I got him into it, and that's when we started, just buying those reverse stamps and 10s and doing all that stuff in October, and we started getting all into that. This is all the stuff that was inside the vintage binder that's less than $20, but some of them might be over $20 now. I'll just try to fly through these. But we took that money, and then we started putting some of our own money into it, because again, dude, we don't spend money on anything. Only thing we spend on money sometimes is fast food, but me and him together, we're twins. We've never been 24 hours apart, and we save every dime together, and we just we can afford to do this now. So we both put our own money into this stuff, a good amount, plus the 7,000 from the sealed stuff. And so we're so much in the green in this stuff. And then on top of the fact, Pokemon's going crazy and all that. So we just got perfectly at the right time and the right place. And now we're all in on this stuff. And we have so much of it. And it's just been really fun. And now since we're getting back into the shows, I'm really excited. But what's really awesome about dealing with Mid-Era stuff, not modern, is I'm not scared of the market falling. So let's say everybody's like, Pokemon's done for, I don't want to do this anymore. Modern, there's 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 copies of each PSA 10 of most of the cards, and they're just whatever, they're so liquid, they're moving. But that's a bad thing too, because say people just want to get out, everybody's just storming eBay, and a card can drop from $600 to $400 in a day. That's all it takes. But we're dealing with this stuff when everything's lower than Pop 100, at least with graded, you own the market on it anyway, and most of the people collecting it or a lot of people that are collecting that stuff and buying from me on eBay are people that are long-term collectors anyway. And they were buying this stuff previous and are still buying it now. And it just has a lot more. And if everything went down, then I could use money to buy. And if, say, Mid-Era did go down, I would still be happy too, because then I could start buying stuff that I've learned over the span of the year. I've learned so much about this stuff and so much of what I'd want to do if everything dropped. So, I'd want to collect sets or do things for example, This card probably just sold for like 4,000. If everything dropped way down, I'd be like, oh, I want to collect everything in this Heart Gold Soul Silver set in a 10. And then I own a bunch of stuff that's like pop 10 and under. Like that kind of, like, there's so many things I'd want to do if stuff dropped that I'd be perfectly, like, I'd be perfectly happy with. So I'm never stressed with that stuff at all. And then if, say, Pokemon never went back up, that's still fine, because then I might have to travel farther and do some of the bigger shows that still stay up even if Pokemon drops. And then instead of flipping cards, buying them for 20, selling them for 40, buying cards for 5 and selling them for 10, it's all the same thing, you know? It's just at a smaller value. The stuff I sell, most of the people that are buying it are people that are going to still like it after. It's just all this modern hype. There's a lot of people, these crypto guys or these super rich people that don't even know anything about Pokemon and don't care, and they just put all their money and buy up 500 Moonbryons each. It's just stupid. So I can see them all hopping out of it. And then there's a lot of people that's so big and it's so everywhere. They're like, oh, let me give this a try, and they kind of like it. They buy a binder for $20 and they fill it up with some modern cards they like, and then they're going to be done within a year. Like, they don't stay with it. It's just like another hobby to kind of collect. So the mixture of those people leaving plus those super rich, those guys up there that are just buying all that stuff, it'll just cause modern to fall so much. But, like, again, like, perfectly fine with that. Then maybe I'd actually open modern product or something. Maybe I actually enjoy opening stuff, but I literally haven't opened a single thing. Like, there's just no point. I mean, yeah, I probably open a couple loose packs here and there, but I'll never open a booster box, an ETB, a booster bundle. I don't open any of that stuff. It's fine. I don't need to. Okay, like what I've showed you so far, like it's just so much Mid-era raw. I'm just going to fly through these so we can get going, because it's already been 32 minutes, and if I add on to the part 1, like, it's been 55 minutes already of just stuff. Sorry. Alright. Those are out of the way. Now all we have left is... Oh, I can just talk about this really quick. I have an entire binder. Another play we're doing. So XY, black and white, and Sun and Moon reverses that have the energies. Black and white, half the energies were just the Diamond and Pearl reverses, but the second half of black and white, plus they all have like those type of reverses. I mean, that's like XY, but like, you know what I'm saying? So I have an entire binder. I'm not going to show you, but I have an entire binder just full of these. Buy as many as I can for 50 cents or less. That's 360 cards right here. I think that all these could be worth $1. They're all over 10 years old now. It's just like, I don't know. So I go to card shops and I buy as many as I can. And then this is an ETB, and it's like completely filled also with cards I bought for like 25 cents, 50 cents. Black and white, XY, Sun and Moon reverses. Sword and Shield reverses, I'm not interested in at the moment. That's just like, because Pokemon really started to pick up in Sword and Shield. So I think there's just so much printed and so much out there that those are the reverses. I think at any point I'm just not interested in buying. But Sun and Moon and under, I guess Sun and Moon's not really mid-era. It's still kind of modern to me, but buying them for 25 cents a piece. Here, I just threw, so Diamond and Pearl reverses, these type of reverses. There are so many that if you go to TCG Player, here, I'll take my phone out because the rest is binder stuff. So these kind of reverses, there are so many on TCG that only show for $1. In most vendors, I mean, for me, it's just like, I think minimum they all should be at least $3. Like, they're so good. I mean, there's some that are expensive, but some aren't. So at the moment, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to hold them all. I'm going to hold the Diamond and Pearl reverses that I have left, because I think there's a lot of potential for them. I mean, literally, they're what? Some of them are like 18 years old. You know, like, it's just crazy to me. And like some of the 10s, like the more wanted Pokemon, are selling for so much because they're all pop 1 and all this other stuff, and yet the raw version's like $1 or $2. Like, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna hold these long term, and I'll pick up more. I'll pick up as many as I can for $1 that I can find. And lastly, this is the best thing I think I'll show so far. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. The last part is the black and white XY raw that I'm holding that I ended up not grading. I have, Thunderous Plasma, Mew, Dragons Exalted, Heatran, Plasma, I have the Colress and Ghetsis together, the Reshiram. I know the Reshiram looks fake. Trust me, if you see this card in person, it just looks fake. I don't know why. It has this darker hue to it, and I honestly don't like it when I see it in person. Because I've seen them graded, I've seen them raw. They just all look like that. I mean, because if you look close, there is texture, obviously, but it's just, I don't know. Shaman. This Mewtwo, I think, has a lot of potential. I mean, it's from 2016, but like, again, like it's hard to show the texture, but it has like a bunch of triangles and stuff. Iris. It's Articuno, Rayquaza, like all these. Like this one's like mint. Like these are like really nice. It's just sometimes they're just not worth it to grade a 9s, and then the chance to get an 8 and stuff. YouTube break, that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is like not even like I graded 100. I just sent off 176 cards, and most of them are this type of stuff. So I'm about to have like a really nice submission coming back. But I've just been picking up the stuff because I think this is the next play. This is the new reverse stamp. The new reverse stamp stuff. This is the new play, I believe. And I'll look back at this video, and I hope I'm right again. Because I was right about the stamps. I had a video, I literally just talked about it. I said this is like the new play, and everything worked out exactly how I thought it would. Well, it worked out better than I thought it would. So I sold my stuff too early, but it still worked out for me. These are just things like black and white promos. Like he's got like his foot in the screen, like that kind of stuff. Like this thing's literally $300. Like I don't know why. Well, I know why, because it's a Pikachu and Eevee promo, but like some of this stuff is just crazy. And then there'll be some better cards that show up later. It's just because we organized it and then we started adding more cards to the end of the binder. So the end of the binder might have like some stuff, whereas the other ones don't. These are black and white hollows. Black and white hollows you can find for like $1, $2, $3. They're a hit of a pack. Like black and white, the full arts are it. It's just hollows and full arts, and the full arts are really hard to pull. So a hit hollow from black and white is actually a hit. Like it's hard to get still, and they're super expensive. So it's like, why is the raw card still worth nothing? Oh, this is what I was talking about. There's an AZ. I don't know why I separated like this, because I had to take some cards out of the middle. So I was like, okay, I got this Lucario. It's like light play. Dragon Vault, Druddigon. Just bought these too. Archie, I just bought all these like a couple days ago. I want to own every single black and white full art that exists in either near mint, light play, PSA 7 or PSA 8. That is what I'm trying to do, if possible. All right, that's everything. Jesus. All right, thank you. Bye.